Listening to No Limits, episode 131. And on this episode, maybe we'll all get PSVR2 for $400. Yay! Hello, everyone. My name is Taylor, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Brianna and Sam. You're listening to No Limits, a PlayStation podcast, episode 131. Remember, you can find the video version of this over on youtube.com/SaveTheGameMedia every Tuesday. And while you're over there, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you would rather listen to audio, we are on all your favorite podcast services. We would love it if you could leave us a review. It helps us grow, and we would love any feedback. If you want to support us and get early access to all Save the Game media content, head over to patreon.com/SaveTheGameMedia and choose the tier that's right for you. Just like our current patrons did, Fabulous Brianna, Brianna's mom, Brianna's brother, Nikolai Knight, Brendan Myers, Marcus O'Neill, Lillian, David Hotright, Dave Harp, the Xbox Expansion Pass, Lee Navarro, Sil Cannon, Ellerwoods Parker III, Chad Rick Davis, and Dinglebamp. Also, please interact with us in the Discord. Links are in the show notes. So, yeah. How are we all doing? Bree, it's been 2 weeks since we've seen you.
I don't know. I think I was, technically 2 weeks, but I only missed one episode.
She's recovered from the snake bites.
We didn't see Bree last week. Bree was not here last week, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because that's how February works. It was the 23rd last Sunday.
Yeah, so we didn't see Bree last week, and we haven't seen Bree this week up till now.
Yep, it's true.
So that is 2 weeks. So we're all correct. Well done.
Yep. So much has changed.
Sam's so much less sassy than he was before.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Sam, you should do stand-up. We thought about it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, no.
What? What's wrong with stand-up? I could do stand-up.
I'm not saying that he couldn't.
Oh, he's gone now. Okay.
No, he's just taking a lap. If he actually wanted to leave his room, he went the wrong way, so we can see his door.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
How you doing, Bree? Besides your keyboard being tough.
I'm recovering from being super sick. I am very tired. I stayed out too late last night and also had pizza, which is not good when you're recovering from a stomach bug.
Pizza.
So, I'm doing okay, surviving.
Yeah.
I don't want to say thriving. I'm alive. We'll put it like that.
All right.
What about you, Taylor? How are you?
I'm all right. Right before we started recording, I was having technical difficulty purchase issues. All right. But anyway, I'm okay. I'm okay. I am okay.
Say it one more time just to convince me.
I'm all right.
Okay, I'm sold.
Little 5 out of 10 action.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
So you're mediocre then.
No, that's average, Sam.
I mean, but on the IGN scale.
Nope. IGN scale is on a curve. Nope.
Also, on like a school scale, that's like an F. Just saying.
Well, school. So I'm failing.
Yeah.
So 7 out of 10 is 6 out of 10 is passing. In that's the bar.
6 out of
then
10 would be like a D.
That's passing.
It's like D minus, but yeah.
It's passing.
All right. No one's stopping you.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means I'm tired. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, Sam, it's really, we're running the gamut here of really exciting states of mind right now.
Clearly.
How are you doing, Sam?
Oh, well, I regret to say I'm doing worse than both of you by the country mile. Clearly, no, I'm doing pretty good.
I was
Right.
looking forward to hearing how you're terribly.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's just sort of just masochistic and enjoying suffering around. I get it. But unfortunately, I cannot provide this week because I'm doing all right. There is light at the end of the tunnel with the Vowed, thankfully, and just general. Everything's very stable in the world at the minute. Everything's going very smoothly. So I thought I was speaking to you about this a little bit last week, Tyler. I was on the verge of doing things. I thought, should I do this thing to treat myself? Should I do it?
Oh yeah. Wait, don't. It was for the. Oh yeah, it was for the infamous.
Look at that.
The infamous collector's edition, of course.
He remembers. And I can confirm that I got it.
Oh wow! Wait, let me. So wait, that looks.
So you got the Cole McGrath satchel bag with Sly Cooper's logo on it.
That bag looks way bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean it's hanging over a lamp thing, so it's being displayed without being crunched up at all. And then
right.
Christ, how do I? There is of course the little Cole McGrath statuette, and then on the desk there, which I could reach over and grab, but I'm not going to tear my headphones out of the socket, is the DC Infamous comic and a sealed lithographic copy of the PS3 Special Edition steelbook. So yeah, I'm very happy to have it. I said to you, Taylor, it's a holy grail item for me, and I've got it now. It feels very surreal, very strange, very strange. I also got the new Lego Horizon set, which is built over there off camera, which you can't see.
Wow, which one is this? It's not the tall. We already have the tall neck. We have the little terrain shooty McShooty scene. Which one is this?
That is the one.
Okay.
Which I must have said that I had like ordered a while back, but it only came out on the first. So it arrived and I put it together. Yeah, it's nice. It's up there. It's part of the collection now as well. So I've treated myself a couple of times this week, it feels nice.
I'm disappointed you didn't treat yourself with the vinyl that I sent you.
Yeah. No.
I sent this really cool vinyl that's like Severance, and it looks like a file folder from like the show. It's really cool. And Sam was like, no.
Maybe one day. I really like Severance, and the music is good. So we'll see.
That's what I'm saying.
Not right now. If you had sent me that prior to me putting the trigger on the Infamous thing, I probably would have done it. But once I splash a little bit, I'm like I get really stingy with my money. I'm like, I gotta hold off for at least a while, because otherwise it's like a snowball. I'll just be like, well, screw it. I've already gotten this, so I'm just gonna get this and this and this. I can't do that. I can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Good talk.
One day. All right? Forgive me.
Fair enough.
Nobody forgave me. That hurts. That's fine.
Hey, Sam.
Don't do it now. You just
Sam.
No.
I don't forgive you.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Sorry, hold on. I just got
I'm
an
holding.
emergent. I just got an emergent email. I need a reply.
Well, in the meantime, Bree, what have you been playing?
Monster Hunter.
Of course.
Guess what I haven't played? You already know.
Yeah, it's like the name escapes me.
He's so dramatic every time, you guys. It's like he can't just say stuff.
Oh, please! if you can remind me what it's called, then go right for it. I'm not.
He's so dramatic every time. Wanderstop.
Yeah.
Someday. I did download it.
Yeah.
Which I already told
you. There's also that what's it called?
Returnal?
Oh yeah, that's the one. There's also that. But that's
I can play today.
That's convenient, isn't it?
It is convenient.
Cool.
Sam, what have you been playing?
Not Returnal, I can tell you that much.
Jesus Christ.
I have played the Wanderstop demo. There's not really anything that I can spoil, because it is a very brief part of the game. It's like the opening half an hour. You can stretch that out a little bit if you just have an explore around the tea shop and do a few things. But I was sort of just trying to barrel through the main objectives as they were presented, so that I could save as much of the extraneous experience for the main game.
I will say I am kind of wondering if I should just wait.
I mean, you don't have to wait that long, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's only
like a week away.
Yeah,
a little over a week away. Yeah, I mean, if you don't feel like super interested in jumping in, I would say it's fine to wait. I simultaneously don't feel that I don't feel I will have lost any of the magic and the experience of the game for playing the demo.
Okay,
yeah.
well that's good to know. I think that's partially what I was worried about, is missing out a little bit when I boot up the game officially for the first time.
Yeah. So I mean, you can do whatever you want. I would probably say, at this point, it might actually be worth just waiting.
Okay.
Because the demo again doesn't spoil anything or have any big twists or reveals or anything, but it does, as you would expect, because it's the opening half hour, it does present to you with story and not when I say I was about to say mechanic stuff and sort of, but mainly presentational things that they do.
Yeah, I mean, I have no doubt that's they're going to do something really weird, and the mechanics that you think are the mechanics aren't going to be the mechanics or something like that. So
yeah, there's certainly going to be some twists and turns, but the demo doesn't reveal or show its hand in any of that. So it is playing it very straight at the minute, and honestly, I'm not expecting it to be. I am expecting it to take a turn at some point, but even if it doesn't, I think that the game
still be happy
as it presents itself. I'll be very content.
Okay, cool.
It's sort of again, not spoiling anything, but it's pitching itself as a game about burnout, which you get from the trailers, right? The idea
I think it says something she worked really hard, blah blah blah. I can't remember.
Constantly chasing after this one thing, and you sort of hit a brick wall and stop, and then how do you process with the slowdown? What do you do? And already I said to you privately, Bree, but in the demo it sort of already was showing me things and got me a bit emotional with that element. So
Sorry, Sam, I'm gonna butt in here for a second
How dare you.
because I'm really stupid. Are you talking about Wonder Stop right now?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Go on.
What were you thinking I might have been talking about?
I don't know. My mind was in another place and I zoned out, and I wanted to make sure I
Okay.
was still on the right page.
Yeah. So I'm not going to encourage everybody to go play the demo. If you want to, I don't think you'll ruin anything for yourself. But I would equally just blanket encourage everyone that once it comes out to play it, because it's looking very, very good.
Interesting. Does Wonder Stop have a defined begin? It has a defined beginning and end, right? It's not going to be like, it's not supposed to be an
We don't know.
evergreen animal. Oh,
Well, yeah. I mean, it certainly has a definitive start. Like it presents in the demo the narrative, the setup, your, again, no spoilers, like arrival at the tea shop, and gives you dialogue with characters, and you uncover a few very surface level elements about those characters. I wouldn't expect it to be like this endless thing. I would expect it to have some kind of stop.
Mm-hmm.
If it is some sort of like like closer to like a quote unquote endless experience, it will probably be more similar to like Stanley Parable endless experience, where it's not really endless. It just kind of feels like it is because the end is never.
I would
Gotcha.
also expect that, like, you. So I would view it in a similar way to like Minecraft, in a weird way,
Okay.
where you can perpetually live in the world of Minecraft for as long as you want. In the same way that I could see a version of this game where you are just making tea for people for as long as you want. But there is a narrative direction that you can head should and when you choose to. And whether that is a hard stop or whether it is something that you experience and can then return to the tea shop afterwards, I'm not sure. But yeah, I would be surprised if there isn't, again, like Stanley Parable, what Bree said, that there isn't some kind of narrative ending, in air quotes.
Okay.
That it might not necessarily be the ending where it's like start a new game, kick you back to the main menu kind of thing.
Right.
Have I been playing anything else? I don't think so. I dove back into Beat Saber very, very briefly because they released Not Like Us as a track to play,
Cool.
which was fun. Uncensored as well, which is something that Beat Saber doesn't or hasn't done on the console version. Obviously, Beat Saber on PC you can mod to death, but that was fun. And I said to you last week, Taylor, that I was playing Enslaved Odyssey to the West on PS3, and I have finished and managed to platinum that. So yeah, loved going back to it. One of Ninja Theory's best games, in my opinion.
What's their worst?
Hellblade 2. Actually, that's a lie. No, actually, yeah, it is Hellblade 2. I was going to say Bleeding Edge, but like Bleeding Edge had gameplay, so. You know.
Wow. You're saying Hellblade 2 is Ninja Theory's worst game?
Yeah.
I knew he was going to say that.
You're going to make Kev so mad.
If you're using the term game, like objectively, like thing that you play, then yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, can I ask you, would you consider Gone Home a game?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the same way that I would classify Edith Finch or Everybody's Gone to the Rapture as games.
Man, I remember that game being like so controversial when it came out, and I thought that was the stupidest thing ever.
Which one?
Gone Home.
Oh yeah, totally.
Everybody's like, this isn't a game. I'm like, wait, but it is.
Yeah.
I still need to play Tacoma and Toilet Spiders.
You can leave the last one off the list.
It's the same. It's Fulbright. It's the same.
I know.
It's the same peeps. What if there's something exciting in there?
Maybe there is. Report back once you flushed.
You don't flush. You just have to look inside the toilet.
Oh, sorry. I should have known. And
Wow.
is there a spider?
Sometimes there is, and it's genuinely really scary. For how horrible the graphics are, it's like really a scary game. So, love that for me.
Yeah.
I definitely don't have arachnophobia.
Sure.
I didn't turn on the arachnophobia mode for Monster Hunter, and I don't know if I'm going to regret that.
You didn't turn it on.
I did not.
Okay.
But like I've played like Nightmare Mensis, so like it should be fine.
I had such a hard time. I think Mensis was the hardest time I've had in Bloodborne. Just from
a fear standpoint.
Yeah, growing up when I was little, I saw the film Arachnophobia, and when I was like a little kid, and that ignited a fear of spiders that has dwindled a lot as I got older. But it's still, I think some remnants of it are still there, and the spider jump scares in Mensis are the bane of my existence. It is worse than Upper Cathedral Ward for me, for people who know how that part of the game is. It is worse than the Research Hall for me in terms of horror. Nightmare of Mensis is it for me. I guess it's eponymous, right? It is a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's a hip hop eponymous.
And Sam is unfazed by Nightmare of Mensis, I suppose.
I mean, it's going to sound like I'm saying it for the sake of saying it now.
No, just say it, Sam. Come on.
It didn't. And this is coming from someone who is actively arachnophobic.
Interesting.
I've never struggled with spiders in games. I've struggled with spiders in like film for sure. But like whether you're talking the cave spiders in Skyrim or Nightmare of Mensis and anything like that, I haven't had an issue with. I don't know why. Like I couldn't even tell you why. That's not to say like I wasn't a little bit like shivers down the back of my spine kind of thing, but I wasn't like struggling to look at it or get through it.
I struggle so much. The ones the freaking spiders in Skyrim were worse for me, but yeah.
It's because not only are they big and they're quite hairy, but they also, I think the jankiness of Skyrim, how they just sort of statically drop from the ceiling without really any good animation, that makes it worse almost.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's once they hit the ground that they start animating, and that's just adds to the creepy, uncanny kind of thing. I hate it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're really bad. I will say, obviously, spiders in person are like the worst. But my least favorite thing with spiders is actually books. Like books that have like pictures of spiders in them, I have a really hard time with because it's like you can almost like touch them and like they're obviously not real, but like I think it's just because they're so close. And I'm like,
interesting.
This is sus. Because like, what if one of those spiders just looks like it's in the book?
This looks like a what?
Just looks like it's in the book, but it's not.
Oh,
it's a real one.
Yeah, I don't really have any experience with horror literature, so I'm
not even talking about like scary books. I'm talking about like literally like those like Animal Planet, like whatever.
Oh,
it's like
okay.
It's supposed to be like a scientific book.
This wolf spider is as big as your dinner plate.
Yeah,
wolf spiders are actually
they're harmless, but they're also mean.
Yeah,
they're mean as hell.
It's the trapdoor spiders that I can't get past. It's like
but also it's not just the trapdoor. It's like they look shiny.
Yeah,
and it's like almost like the funnel web looks shiny. If you've seen photos of that, and I'm like, oh god.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Remember, you could always be a living. Think about if you think you have it bad with bugs. Just remember, Australia exists.
Sure does.
Have you seen the guy that like lit his car on fire in Australia?
What?
Of the spider in his car?
Yeah.
Did it like his car like go up in flames?
Yeah, he had to call like 911 because like he like legit lit his car on fire.
Why? Why? Why not just get out of the car and wait for animal control if you're that concerned?
I don't know. I kind of agree with him, honestly.
Aussies must have the best animal control too, you know? So like
They do. Well, they also have those people that are just crazy because they're like, all right, mate. And then they just like pick up the spider.
well, yeah, if you have local etymologists, they'll just pick it up.
Oh, they make me sick. Sick
All
little
right.
freaks.
All right, geez. Wow.
What are you playing, Tyler?
Not Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I was gonna say, it better not be a simulator.
That I tried to purchase this. Just Gran Turismo 7. Sony calls it the real driving simulator, but is it really a driving sim?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, it probably is. Hardcore racing sim enthusiasts will call Gran Turismo a simcade, as in sim art, cross between sim and arcade racer. But for all intents and purposes, to the layman, it is definitely a sim. So yes, I played some Gran Turismo. I was like, let me try this again. I got past the music rally, like I mentioned last week, and I did a couple of races. Still not very good at all, but there are these license tests in the game that are addicting, where they're basically challenges. Complete this number of challenges to get your ranked this letter grade for your license. So I'm currently working towards my rank B license and working on cornering. But it's a fun game, dude. Best use of the haptics and adaptive feedback I've seen from PlayStation, and gyro. If you want, well, I guess I still haven't played Astrobot. Well, is it better than Astro's Playroom in terms of haptics and adaptive triggers?
Yes.
I don't know. They're pretty close. I mean, it's different. Right? I mean, there is no
you
other.
know what I'm going to tell you?
No, don't. What?
Play Astrobot.
Eat. I don't know if I can do that.
Taylor just had his big O.
He did.
I don't know if I can play Astrobot, dude.
You don't know if you can? Is it too
Too
hard?
hard.
It's like $60, man. Mind you, I might just be. Mind you, I'm about to buy Flight Sim 2024 after this podcast. For $70 before tax. Huh.
Oh, dear.
Let's see. Astrobot discount. Well, I know it was $50 and I passed on it because I'm a loser.
You might be able to get a good deal on eBay or something for a physical copy.
Deals. Astrobot for PS5. What about Facebook Marketplace?
Craigslist. Let's do it.
No, I'm not going to Craig's. Astrobot, PS5.
Is Craigslist a thing in the UK?
20 miles away, get Astrobot for $50. It's a little steep driving.
Not really, no.
Okay.
That's not worth the gas, but...
What do you guys use then? Just eBay?
Yeah, we send it by carrier pigeon, so...
I was being for real.
So am I.
No, you're not. You don't have a for real bone in your body. Ugh.
Wow. Anyway, I'm also still one trophy away from Ghost. I need to just get that trophy and move on with my life.
What trophy is it?
The singing crickets by the graveyards. I need to get 5. Well, I need to get 5 or 10 of them. I forget which number. And then that unlocks a new song on my flute, right? It's a flute? No, it's not. Mm-hmm. It's not a flute. He doesn't play it like that. What is the instrument considered that Jin blows into?
I can't remember. Hold on.
It's a flute?
It's probably not.
Jin Sakai instrument. No, it's the shakuhachi.
Shakuhachi is a flute.
Okay. That is
I almost bought one of those. True story.
So yeah, I need to unlock a song from there and play it at a certain friend's graveyard, who I now remember from conversations with Sam that I know now whose grave it actually is, because I forgot that character died. And then once I do that, I will have platinumed it, and then yeah, up next after that is, I don't know. I don't want to deal with more open world stuff at the moment. I think I'm going to go to God of War 1.
God damn it.
Well, if in 13 days from now there isn't a remake, even if there is, I have it. I'm going to play it. God of War PS2. Yeah.
Sick. All those sex mini games. Let's go.
I only know of the sex mini game in God of War 3.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more?
They're in the other ones. Don't you worry.
Okay.
I was worried. Thank you for saying so.
And you get to play as a female protagonist, right? I'm kidding.
No.
I know naysayers will say the early God of War games are just about Kratos having a misogynistic alpha male, like carnivore, bigotry fest.
Cool.
To that I say, there's a YouTube video called Kratos Was Always Emotional, You Cow, or something like that. I think it's worth a watch. But yeah, to some extent that stuff is there, unfortunately.
Yeah. And also, I'm going to say it again. Even if you are on the side of viewing it as just gore porn, masochistic, misogynistic stuff, which is in elements there, but mostly ill-founded conceptually. The character work that they are doing with Kratos now could not exist if that prior groundwork was not laid.
Yeah.
Maybe they do really, really cool things, interesting things with that in God of War Valhalla, which would be, great to talk about one day. Maybe.
We'll never know. I still have God of War Ragnarok installed for Valhalla, so it'll get there. I'm going to play it today. Today I'm going to start God of War. And it's pretty short, right? 7, even on Taylor time, under 10 hours, according to how long to beat. It's like 7
God of War,
and a half or so. Sure. On Taylor time, that would be maybe 9. So, yeah.
Easy.
Depends on how many times you check the bathroom.
What the hell, Bree?
And also how many times you fail the sex mini game.
So, I had a moment in Wolfenstein: The New Order, which was basically the bathroom moment. But I actually needed, I guess, no, it was a little bit different. I mentioned this, I think, before, but I'll mention it again. There's a part in Wolfenstein: The New Order when you're Blazkowicz and you're outside of a prison, and to forward a cutscene, you have to repair something. And I kept walking up to the thing to repair, and I'm like, why isn't it prompting me to hit the button to repair it and go into a animation? Apparently, you had to crouch and do it, which never occurred to me until I looked up a walkthrough on YouTube, and I don't understand how to progress this. No, apparently I had to crouch, and that's what triggered the animation, because the object to repair was below chest height, I guess, or below waist height.
Some of my favorite gaming experiences involve like stuff like that, where it's like a random thing that you wouldn't think of doing, but it's usually like one of those text adventures where it's like a prompt you wouldn't think of. So I love text adventures.
Outer Wilds, emergent gameplay, am I right?
I need their next game.
Bree, when you playing that Echoes, Bree?
That's such a good question, and I don't know the answer.
Echoes.
Does that help?
So good. So good.
I got too scared and nobody was available to play with me. So this is what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna change that again. No, Echoes of the Eye gets scary in a section in particular where you have to go down a winding staircase, and I'll just leave it there. Sam,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, Sam? You understand what I'm putting down?
No, I've never played it, so how could I?
Sam knows what I'm talking about.
I also know what you're talking about because I did that and
that
I
was
got
the part.
very scared.
Okay. Did you make it down?
Yeah, and I made it to like I made it to the fire with the thing that like changes the thing.
Gotcha. Good. Keep it that big for listeners.
I'm trying.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So yeah, so I made it to like the other thing, but then I got so scared that I like killed myself in the game. I was like, restart.
Oh. Okay.
And then I haven't gone back since. So hope that helps.
Yeah, all good. So there you have it. Same old, same old. All right. Tofta saw a bird fly by. She's excited.
Cats are so freaking cute.
She's going to investigate. Anyway. Nice. Okay. We got not a pretty, I guess, light news week, but I think pretty great week for PlayStation consumers across the board. I'm going to say. So the PSVR2 got a $150 price cut to $400 US. And this is down from, again, $550 USD before tax.
Still not worth it. I'm just kidding.
well, see, here's the thing. As the new
I'm just kidding.
As the new
That's what I was.
No, Sam, listen to me. Put it back on. Put the yellow headphones back on. Come on. The yellow thing. Put it back on. On. Put them back on. Put them back on, Sam. Put it back on. Put them back on, Sam. Listeners who don't have video access, Sam just threw off his headphones. Oh, now he has his hoodie on. I'm not going to talk until he puts it back on. Nope.
So we just sit here in silence?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like little wieners. Okay, never mind. Sam's nose looks like a little boop.
Yep.
Coming out of his hoodie. Sam, put it on. Okay, it's on. Thank God. I was going to say. Oh, yeah, for PSVR 2. For people who play Gran Turismo 7, maybe what an even better value proposition for PSVR 2 now. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Can Sam hear us? I guess we won't know.
Yeah, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Sam looks like Daredevil.
What version of Daredevil have you seen, Taylor?
The one with before the suit. He has the bandana on over his eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, the Horizon Call of the Mountain bundle for PSVR 2 has also been dropped to $400. That retails for $600 US. So if you're thinking about getting PSVR 2, just swipe the Horizon Call of the Mountain bundle. You simply get a free game for no extra money. Yeah. No hidden cost, none of that.
Yeah.
Man, that makes it even less worth it.
Wow.
How do we kick somebody out of a court? I mean, how do we? Yeah, I mean, as the only VR aficionado here, I know 400 is still a lot of money, but if you're actively looking to get into VR, I think that this makes PSVR 2 like one of the best avenues to do so.
And you can use it on PC.
Precisely. Like if it was curtailed solely to PlayStation 5, then sure. it would be still a very tough sell, and to many people, it still will be a very tough sell, particularly because it's wired. Only a single wire, but still wired. And I guess there is the caveat that a lot of like the VR2 features, like the edge controllers and the haptics in the headset, aren't like universally available on PC. So you do technically need PS5 for the best VR experience with the headset. But for the tech that you actually get with VR2, 400 is pretty phenomenal price-wise. That sounds so capitalistic of me, but like, if you're talking about the nuts and bolts of what is inside the headset, 400 is a steal. So
all right. I want to like rent one for a weekend. I just want to see what it's like playing Gran Turismo PSVR. It seems like sim racing enthusiasts say PSVR2 and Gran Turismo is the best VR experience sim racing has to offer. And that's for coming from guys who have rigs that are thousands of dollars, who make up cockpits and the whole 9 yards, custom wheel setups, and they still say that PSVR2 with GT7 is insane.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's certainly not up my avenue at all, but like, Gran Turismo 7 pretty consistently tops every PSVR2 channel's top games. It beats out every other experience. So it's clearly very good if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah. Awesome. And riding the positivity train further, I think we might have the best PS Plus Essentials or PS Plus monthly games we've had in a long time. Maybe you could argue this is the best PS Plus Essential lineup we've had. Maybe not from the quality of the games outright, but at least in terms of the games that are there and when they came to the service. So we have Sonic Colors Ultimate, a great port of a great game. TMNT The Cowabunga Collection, fantastic collection of TMNT retro and arcade titles, beat 'em ups. And lastly, Dragon Age The Veilguard, 1 month after release, comes to PlayStation Plus Essential.
It's within 1 month.
4 months.
Sorry, within you're right, it's November. What am I saying? That was 4 months, which is absurd.
Yep.
Once I happen to have a 1 month currently active subscription to PS Plus right now. From because I wanted cloud saves with Ghost, and I was paranoid that my last cloud save was from 2023. So I'll redeem them while I still have it. So
yeah,
it's not even on Game Pass.
Nope.
Or EA Play, and they're bringing it to PS Plus. I guess it was that much of a commercial failure. Can't think of any other reason.
Yeah, no, I mean that is the reason. Like EA said that Veilguard had like 1.5 million players.
Phil said that too before.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That is the Xbox line of they have this many number of players, which means that it's sold even less than that. So Dragon Age Veilguard didn't sell more than what? At best, like 1 million units, which is insane. So yeah, I mean, regardless, it was very dire for BioWare, I think, but for it to come this soon, it's great for us, no doubt, who haven't played it yet, but it's gonna sting for the studio, I think, optically, and also, I guess there's going to be some ire from people that bought it 4 months ago at full price, and now it's just being given away for free. It's not like on what is essentially the lowest tier of PS Plus. It's not even it's not just like extra. It's like everybody who has PS Plus gets it, which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very good month though. Very good month.
Indeed.
I wonder why it isn't on Game Pass, because you'd think if they took a bag from PlayStation, which they obviously have, why they wouldn't do the same for Game Pass. If the idea is to just get as many people as possible playing it, then Game Pass simultaneously, or at least EA Play, and therefore by proxy Game Pass players. But I don't know. You would assume if it's come to PS Plus, it's probably only a number of months before it hits Game Pass. Maybe even sooner, but I don't know.
If it's coming to PS Plus, it's only a number. Yeah. Or EA Play.
Yeah, and EA Play is bundled in with Game Pass,
right?
Ultimate at least. So,
or Game Pass Ultimate, but I think Game Pass Core. I don't know what the tiers are called anymore, man.
I think Standard is the middle one now.
Okay.
It gets the catalog, but not day one.
Okay.
And Core is like the PlayStation Plus collection that they did, where you have just like a select catalog of a very small, much smaller catalog of titles.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, nearly pulled out my microphone cord. That would have been good.
Sam, you played Veilguard, no?
No.
Forget.
No. I'm not a massive Dragon Age guy. I mean, I'll certainly give it a go now that it's going to be available for free. But yeah, I'm not going to say that the talk about this game has tarnished it for me, because I'm just going to see for myself. But I think, seen enough that makes me think that the writing isn't exactly what I would be looking for from this kind of game. But I'm sure it'll still be fun. Like, everyone says that the gameplay is pretty good. So I might not see it through to completion, but I'll definitely give it a go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyone want to talk about Twisted Metal?
Sure, I'll do it. I'll carry that burden for you, Tam.
Okay.
Burden. Okay.
Yeah. So the cancelled Twisted Metal game for PlayStation 5 has had new details and images emerge. So reported by Insider Gaming, the lead UI developer for the cancelled game, Hugo Silva, was working on the Twisted Metal title internally called Project Copper. That's the medal, not a policeman, because I just said that in a very British accent. Silva has worked for Firesprite, which is obviously the internal first-party studio that was working on Twisted Metal once it got handed over from Lucid, and said that Project Copper was a third-person vehicular action combat game based on a classic IP owned by PlayStation. So it's either this, it's either Twisted Metal, or it's like Warhawk, maybe, I guess. But it was Twisted Metal. Silver also mentioned the game, quote, had third-person shooter mechanics wrapped with third-person vehicle combat with the objective of being the last one standing, end quote. On Silver's personal website, there are also some images with generic placeholder characters shooting one another. This specifically coming from comicbook.com. Mark Deschamps, good job, man. Good job. Yeah, so I think it was also suggested that this was live service, right?
Yeah, Battle Royale live service.
Yeah.
Twisted Metal version.
So, I don't know, like, general sentiment suggests online that this was like a good thing that they cancelled it. I don't know that the Twisted Metal IP has that much cachet, even with the show. But I still kind of feel like there could have been something here. Like, there's no denying that as it's pitched here, it's not like that is a saturated market, vehicle combat games. So if done correctly, I feel it could have had some level of success, but I understand with the shift away from live service that they might have just gotten a little bit too spooked and become gun shy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have any feelings on Twisted Metal besides that, like, I know it's just generally not for me. I've heard good things of the TV show, and I agree with you, Sam, in that I wonder if it was just like that PlayStation got spooked, or if it was just like the game just wasn't looking good like they wanted it to. I don't know.
Probably a mix of factors, to be honest. I would say it's a mix of all of those things, most likely.
Probably.
How gutted are you, Taylor?
Whatever.
Damn.
I hope all the people working on it have jobs, but I could do without a live service Battle Royale Twisted Metal. The only live service game I wanted from PlayStation was Factions 2, and that was canceled. So now I curl up in a ball and cry.
Fair enough. Well, at least Firesprite is a multi-game studio, right? So like not everybody not everything was hanging on this
and
metal thing.
I look at his website, Hugo Silva's website. Apparently now he's working at a NetEase studio, working on something. But he's moved on from Firesprite, I think 1 or 2 years ago. So he's doing just fine. Pretty impressive resume. Pretty sleek website. He has his whole like vertical timeline of his career, followed by all of his competencies in different programming languages, is like expressed in percentages out of 100. All the socials are I don't know, really well put together website.
Yeah, I would expect to probably see what's next from Firesprite relatively soon. I would say.
I know, Sam. Foam Stars 2, but they make it instead of Square.
If only.
Yep.
They charge $100. Guaranteed success.
Did any of us try Foam Stars? I can't remember.
Nope.
Very, very briefly.
Oh, he did. Loser.
I foamed hard.
Shut up. You really said that, didn't you? Okay. Okay, Sam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see whether the rumors around what Firesprite are doing are true. Because I wouldn't have. I guess they've done the Persistence, which is like horror adjacent, but it seems strange that. Because like the rumor is that they're doing Until Dawn 2.
That feels weird.
It does, but they did the Persistence, which is horror, and you think about them doing the Until Dawn. What they didn't, but the Until Dawn remake happened last year. They've got the movie coming out in like a month or two's time. So there could be some synergy there where like once the film's out, they announce the sequel and the remake is available for people to play.
I'm definitely not saying that the game like Until Dawn 2 doesn't make sense to make. More just like feels weird that it's them.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. 100% with you there. I also don't even really know how you do an Until Dawn 2 without it just being the same game again. Like, and also the issue is compounded because Supermassive hasn't stopped making those kind of games. So you have all the Dark Picture and Anthology games. I was
gonna say, to be honest with you, like it depends like how they define Until Dawn. Like, are they defining Until Dawn as like this one specific experience with spoiler alert with the Wendigo, or like are they defining it as like literally the name of the franchise Until Dawn, so it's just one night like encapsulated, and in which case it could be literally almost anything.
Yeah, but even then, it's like, so it's like a narrative decision-making game centered around a cast of characters, and things happen to them, and you can have them die, but you want to try and make them survive until dawn. It's like, you can change the scenario a little bit, but if you're working within those constraints, I don't know how it's going to feel. Not only different to Until Dawn, but also, like I was saying, all the other dark picture games, which is the same thing as Until Dawn.
Yeah, I will say I wonder, like, because Until Dawn has like a lot more, they have a lot more backing them now, like that franchise does. So I wonder if they'd be able to get some pretty famous actors in there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that. But yeah, I feel like everyone complaining about like iterative versus innovative. I feel like Until Dawn 2 is like the prime target for that conversation. It's like, what is anybody really hankering for, like, just Until Dawn again? This just going to feel like another Dark Pictures game. Like if the pitch was, and we don't know, I guess, if the pitch was, it's still going to be the Until Dawn IP, but it's actually a third person flat out survival horror game, I'd be down for that. But then why not just have it be a new IP? Because then it's not really Until Dawn.
Because then they can't make the money off of it like that.
Precisely. So, like, would they switch up what Until Dawn is in that way, but keep the name? I don't know, because I also kind of feel like Until Dawn has that identity struck into its DNA of it being a choice-based thing that's a bit communal and B-movie horror. You know, like, I don't know.
I guess we shall see.
We shall see.
Stuff. Good stuff. And last but not least, Bree, do you want to talk about Forza?
Sure. So April is looking like a big month for Xbox, but not on Xbox, on PlayStation.
Got him.
No one's surprised.
Wow, you guys are children. Okay.
Forza Horizon 5 now has a release date of April 29th and will cost $60 with early access set for April 25th, locked behind the premium edition, which is $100. And the Forza Horizon 5 will be PS5 Pro enhanced, including in-game ray tracing and will support the DualSense features. So that's silly. Tom Warren of The Verge also indicated that Indiana Jones is eyeing an April release date for PlayStation 5.
What's silly?
That Xbox is just full sending it.
Dude, I want to do the Forza with haptics now. But I'm not going to pay $60. So
yeah,
I'll wait. But hey, Forza with haptics.
Yeah, who would have guessed?
Or I mean, I really want adaptive triggers. Really what I'm after the most, I think. But
yeah. You know, and then PS5 Pro gets that in-game ray tracing that can't be done on Xbox.
Good stuff.
Sucks. Like, I think it was Tom Warren who said, like, right at the beginning of the year that April was looking like a big month for PS5 players, and obviously now we're sort of seeing what he meant. I do find it deeply funny, though, that Xbox is trying as hard as they can to milk as much money out of the PlayStation ecosystem as possible by creating an early access version of a 4-year-old game. You know?
Yeah, fair point.
Like, so you're going to charge me $40 extra, $10 a day for 4 days early access for a game that is already out. And granted, that $40 like gets you other stuff as well. It gets you all the DLC and everything, but like they're really trying to rake in the money.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, fair play to them. Like that's what I would do, but also like you're really milking that cow now, aren't you? I mean, do what you got to do, I guess. I find it scummy. I don't know. Like I've said it for a long time that like I hate this practice because it creates FOMO. And for something like Forza, I guess technically it's less egregious because it's not narrative centric. But when Xbox are making paid early access that cost more, locked behind premium editions or whatever special editions of their games, especially the single player narrative stuff, like that sense of FOMO is really kind of shitty because if you're trying to actively avoid spoilers for things for a game that you've been anticipating for years and it's narrative centric, or solely narrative, like you're going to be baited into paying that extra money to make sure that you don't get spoiled. And I don't want Nintendo or PlayStation, for that matter, to follow suit. And so far they haven't. But like, imagine if, for instance, like the next God of War came out, or the next Spider-Man, or Last of Us 3, and they're like, and you get a week early access if you pay $99 for this deluxe edition. Hey,
Packatometer in Discord always falls for it.
I know, and like people will. That's the thing that sucks.
What's the harm to you as the consumer if you have optional early access that you're not paying for?
For a story-based game?
Yeah, like specifically for narrative.
Okay.
You might get spoiled because the internet sucks.
Which is what
I guess
Xbox
that's
are doing.
true.
Like they had paid early access for Starfield. They had paid early access for Indiana Jones. They will have that moving forwards, no doubt. For like, I mean, Doom is, I guess, who cares about the story in Doom? But
hey, there's lore, Sam.
Sure there is.
No, there isn't. There is, but there isn't. All right. Doom fans just need to suck it up. You're not in it for the story. You're in it for the carnage.
Yeah. So like, I understand the impetus behind it, and like it is an option for consumers that you could spin as pro-consumer if you wanted. But like, I don't know.
No, it's not.
It's weaponizing FOMO to make extra money, and I don't like that. So
yeah, there's a certain point where you just say, well, people just need to exhibit some sort of self-control. And I guess it gets into like pick yourself up by the bootstraps argument, but there's a line, right, where it's, I don't have a problem with really luxurious companies selling obscenely expensive things for really rich people that they don't need. If you want to make a Bugatti and sell it for $3 million for someone who can buy a car for $3 million, go ahead. But I don't know where that line falls with regards to a game. I think for non-story based games, I really don't care. Like for racing games, sports games, Sims, whatever. But for multiplayer centric only games, but for stuff that has the least a campaign and the most an extensive story, I guess it's always a risk. I suppose that's always also a risk because of leaks, but leaks aren't having the full game.
Yeah.
Right. In front of a consumer's fingertips. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think I'm in the camp that I don't really care if there's the $100 early edition.
I'm in the camp that I care depending on what the game is. Like, I think if it's a story only based game and that's what you're getting out of it, then like I think that is a predatory practice. But if it's like something like Monster Hunter, where it's like you just get to go hunting a couple days early, it's like, okay, whatever. They didn't do that, to be clear, but I just
Yeah, no, fair enough.
giving an example.
And yeah, I think that'll do it for the show. Ending a little early. Got a post show in. So thank y'all so much for listening. You can find us on YouTube at Save the Game Media, Discord, Blue Sky. Links are all in the show notes. Extra Life. Check out our new Extra Life link. Where can people find you, Sam?
Anywhere and everywhere. That's Sam Heaney, HEA, anyway.
All right, Bree.
You can find me at Fabulous Brianna, FabulistBreanna.
All right, you can find me on the Discord, STPR or Mr. Carter9 on PSN. That's MRCARTERNINE, or TPR pound 6868 on Flight Sim. That's my Xbox account. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah. What are we talking about on the post show, guys? Give them a little taste. What's going to happen? They little taste.
Send help. Send help.
I'm gonna blast foam live.
Okay, Sam's gonna blast foam live. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Toph's about to